Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. On this segment, I'd like to talk about Kevin Holland's performance against Derek Brunson. Just touch on that fight in general. Definitely got some thoughts. Let's get into it real quick. Okay, so Kevin Holland. I want to say that I think the guy's really talented. I think the sky is the limit for him. Really great athlete. Like I said, so much potential. I know he says that he has fun in fights, and maybe that's his way of dealing with the nerves, with the pressure. But I think he has to take his fight career a little bit more serious. Kevin Holland's a big time talker. With a lot of guys, that's a strategy to get into, your opponent's head, throw them off of their game. And often it works. It really does. Connor implements the strategy. Then you got guys like Khabib that are not really affected by the trash talk and just do what they have to do. Same thing with Derek Brunson. So in the Kevin Holland fight, Holland was talking all sorts of mess within the fight, and he wasn't focusing on the match. I felt like he had really, really poor fight IQ. And of course, this is me sitting on the side. I'm not in a cage competing. Us as fans, we're not competing. But sometimes we have a vantage point where we see things that the fighters in the match don't, kind of like your corner does and your coaches. And like I said, he was displaying really poor fight IQ. Triangle body lock from the bottom, basically anchored himself instead of trying to scramble, get his hips out from underneath Derek Brunson. Open guard, put your feet on Brunson's hips, push off. At some points, Brunson looked like he was gassing out. It's kind of like you have to take advantage of that, like make him work even from the bottom. And there was things that I think Holland could have done that would have helped him in the fight. When he was standing, I felt like his range control was a little off. I mean, he allowed Brunson to close the distance, clinch up with him. Obviously, when a strong guy and a wrestler like Derek Brunson has a body lock on you, and you yourself don't come from a wrestling background, you're probably going to get taken for a ride and hit the mat. But there were instances where Brunson closed the distance, was trying to get a hold of Holland, didn't have a full body lock, and Holland, instead of pushing off, getting the fight back to center standing, for some reason chose to kind of like keep grappling with Brunson and stay in the clinch. Then he would get bullied against the cage or just taken down with a body lock trip. It was crazy. It was frustrating as a fight fan. Now, I have nothing against Derek Brunson. I want to give Derek Brunson all the credit and props in the world. He beat a guy that was on, a 5-fight win streak, had some hype around him. Kevin Holland's, he's good, man. He's dangerous. Brunson won that fight fair and square by staying on a course, sticking to a game plan, doing what he had to do, not fitting into the trash talk, and he stole that fight away from Kevin Holland. Holland was talking so much mess, in the first and second round. By the time it got to the third and he kept getting taken down, it's kind of like, okay, man, stop talking and focus on what you need to do in the fight. And he was looking kind of foolish. And by Dana's facial expressions when they showed him on camera, you could tell Dana wasn't happy. And after the fight, that was absolutely correct. Dana had some remarks about Kevin Holland's performance, wasn't happy. Because again, he kind of made like a fool of himself. It backfired a little bit. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful to Kevin Holland, but when you talk a lot, you have to back it up. You have to win. Because if you don't win, you look silly. He's talking about moving to 170. I don't know if that's a good move. Kind of has a big frame. He's not heavily muscled at 185, not a thick dude. But I'm not sure if 170 is a good move either. He might be like one of those in-between guys. I say stick at 185, pack on a little bit more muscle on your frame, work on takedown defense, take the fight game a little bit more serious, continue to trash talk, have fun out there. But at the end of the day, you have to win fights. So props to Derek Brunson, took that fight. Kevin Holland made a lot of mistakes. He almost cost himself the fight, but saying that kind of takes away from Brunson's performance. You know what I'm trying to say. Holland could have easily won that fight. There was a clear advantage on the feet. He just did a lot of wrong things. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section about Kevin Holland's performance. Were you kind of frustrated with him as a fight fan? Do you agree that he has a ton of potential? What do you think he needs to do to step up his game? And in closing, props to Derek Brunson. Dude's a vet. He's been in the game for a long time, has fought some killers, just got a great win over an up-and-comer that was on a streak. Thanks for watching this segment, guys. If you enjoyed it and this is your first time at the channel, consider hitting that sub button. Like and share helps the channel grow. You guys are the best, and until the next one, you all take care.